Hey guys, just wanted to do like a quick deck profile. Kind of do something different instead of the usual tournament report, writing it out and whatnot. I thought I'd do like a video format, kind of go through like the deck choices and not to take up too much of your time, but I just thought I would do this, try something different. First off, thanks to Brandon for hosting this tournament. Thanks for everyone for entering. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot throughout the course of the tournament, and yeah, basically, this deck's a lot of fun. I really am looking to improve on this list. I already made changes. Basically, I feel like this deck was missing some pieces. I decided to try some stuff out. Didn't really work to what I thought it would, but that's why we enter these little tournaments to see how it would work out. Just kind of go over the card choices. Went with Nova, obviously. Now, Torturous Volley. I think this card's great. Every time I play this card, it impresses me. Ever since I switched this out for, I had Sin Choke at one point. I put this in, worked well every time. The target rejuve comes in clutch. Just the fact that it had to remain, because this deck wants to maintain actions and just keep up with the pace, especially on how a lot of MPs can have a lot of actions. This deck sometimes can keep up with it. Not this specifically, but if your board's getting hit, but it may struggle. But other than that, it's a great card along with just everything else it wants to do. Dig needs no explanation. Controlled energy burst, great card. Immediate lower your anger too. This is one of my go-tos for anger control. You can't gain any anger. It's a great card. Plus, it works very well on trying to find it with his level 3, where you search top 7, and it's doing 6 if it's on his 3. Potential crit, the card just screams to be played. Coordinated efforts, never played this card. I had it in my hand multiple times throughout the course of the tournament. Never played it. It was one of those things where I was like, okay, maybe I could throw it on an ally and just do whatever. I never used it, not once. If anything, it became more of an endurance fodder to lighten the blow to try to protect my allies. I'm not saying this is a bad card, but I don't think it fits well with what I want to do. I never found any good time to use it. OPA, no explanation for it. Arrest, got to find a way to get those allies back into the deck so you can arrogance and get them right back out. Support Fire was like one of the MVP cards of this deck. This card alone just makes everything +2, and it just starts wrecking face once you start getting those allies online. Start throwing novas, volleys. It works amazing. This card alone just made me want to play this deck, and I was using it wrong at one point until Wayne, Kelly, and Kevin were telling me like, "Oh, you should do this, this, this," and I just didn't think of it. It was an overlooked thing that I just did not see. And thank you for pointing that out, because it's going to turn me into a better pilot in the long run. Deletion, great card. I loved it in the tournament, but I feel like this is probably going to go because of the allies. I don't want to have that threshold where if I throw it and I can't get the full effect on it, I feel like it's kind of setting it back a bit. So, but it did its job. I actually really love this card too. Clash, I don't think it needs any explanation. Great card, can't be prevented. And if I have, if I'm on 3, it's just doing auto crit if it's not blocked. Death Beam, I mean, that's just hand advantage when you're jumping from 1 to 2. This card actually killed me. I lost because of this card in round 2, because Kevin decides to reflect my death beams, kill his Kami 2 times to get the last remaining balls in his deck, and that kind of ruined my day on that one. I was like, wow, my own card actually won him the game. That kind of sucked, but hell, it's still a great card. I love it. When it comes to the blocks, energy resistance, lower your opponent's anger too. You gain an anger. It's a good card if you have the alien trait. Plus with the E2, at some point I was like, all right, I kind of want to add some endurance in the deck. That's why I put it in there. Skillful parry. Got to get the stages for the allies. Arrogance. I mean, It's arrogance. You grab allies, omni block. You can rejuve. It's such a great block. Snare for those unleash decks. Plus slime into anger. You get some of that anger. Same thing with absorption. Absorption's a great card. Love this card. Use it a few times to get that anger, and basically copy the attack, and does work, and it does auto crit. This was mainly for targets for going from 1 to 2. Sometimes I'll play it because at the end of combat, you can throw the stages on an ally and get your best card in your discard pile, which is either be a stare down, a dig, time. You could put whatever you want on that damn thing. Stare down needs no explanation. Unleashed was probably one of the biggest MVPs of the tournament. I can count. There was a few games where I would unleash to 3 or 4. It did its job, man. It's such a great card. At first, I wasn't going to run it, but it's basically a cheaper way to obviously get to your higher levels, but also to get that support fire out immediately, so you could start doing some high end damage. It's great. Ritual. This card kind of did its job. It was hit or miss. There was one game where I went from 1 to 2. And then I went to 3 off the rip when I had my allies established. But I feel like with this deck, you obviously want your allies out if you're trying to lay the beats on. You could make the push, like the final push for it. I guess that was going through my head. I'm like, I'm just going to do as much damage as possible. It's not bad. If anything, I liked it. It did its job, but I don't think I'm going to be running this card anymore. Maybe I have to test it more, but it's not bad. We'll see when I test some more. Now, when it comes to the ally package, Ginyu, Jace, Hachiak, King Cold, Sorbet, this is definitely coming out. I had the intentions of using this because I'm like, oh, Unity, target him. Well, found out it's not an action. I scrubbed out. It was pretty embarrassing, but you know what? That's why I enter these tournaments, so I can learn and become a better pilot with the deck. And Nappa only came out once. If anything, he became more of just a dead card. But I in my head, I was like, I kind of want this. So basically on demand, I can be like, okay, I have someone to come out if I rejuve with arrogance and kind of stop them from doing the setups and, trying to build a board and start abusing it. Like I said, I had a lot of fun. This deck is still in its infancy. I still have a lot to learn. I'm definitely going to plan on playing this more. I want to play test this, definitely. If there's another Octgn tournament, more than likely I'll probably enter with Frieza, but who knows? Like I said, the deck's a lot of fun. And like I said, I do appreciate Brandon for hosting the tournament, and whoever else is going to host the next tournament. I'm looking forward to it. I had a lot of fun. I enjoy these types of tournaments. I think it brings the community together, and it brings new eyes because we had a few new players that joined, and it brings a lot of new players to basically, just engage with the community and have a lot of fun. And I think it's great, and it's great that this game is still going on, and I really enjoy it. And I'm glad I came back to this community because it's the best. Like I said, Have a great day. I enjoy you guys. I appreciate you guys giving me your time to watch this deck tech. And have a good one. I'll see you in the next tournament.